That's what makes it work.
How much you charge for that? Well, they send you the sneakers and I charge them $400. I stay busy with everything.
So we got to work together to make it great. So I got to listen. It is go time. I hope it's go time for you. Membership or something for you to get in there?
Yeah, you have to.
What's up? What's up? What's up, bro? How are you?
What's going on? What's going on? We back again, yo. We back again.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. You were telling me about your live yesterday. I've been off social media, y'all. So I've been doing a social media cleanse. So
yeah, my daughter did the same thing. My daughter did a fast on social media too. She just got back on, I think, like 5 days ago. So sometimes you need that getaway. Cleanse. That's dope.
Yeah, I think mental health reasons you have to get away, because social media will have y'all here believing the funk, and we go talk about that today.
Yeah,
we go do a year-end review on everything, and even the experiences, and how proud I am of you. I really am, bro. Look, we are wearing our merch today.
Oh yeah. I got the other one
bro
on.
Said he coming back and he is not playing.
Yeah,
he gonna show you how it's done.
Yes. And I talked about that on my pop-up. Those who see my pop-up yesterday, how that a lot of people used to always tell me the whole time when we first got together doing our thing, building green links and everything, and we been partnership with other companies and stuff like that in the past 3.5 years, and we build and everything, and everybody tell me, oh, you're not in the city, so you don't understand, Joker. Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, if y'all say so, okay, that's cool. Now I'm here, and I'm here, and now I'm on the inside looking in instead of the outside looking in. You know what I mean? I'm in the flesh, seeing how people really moving, what's going on, what's the energy is about. Because there's a different type of energy when somebody like me not being in Albuquerque, than me knowing the vibration there because I used to live there, and seeing what DJ Larry Loud is doing. You know what I'm saying? I can understand on a different level. Like same thing with you, leaving out of Chicago, coming back home, you can feel the vibration of what's going on in Chicago because you was there for a minute with your 9 to 5, making it do what it do, and you was networking and doing what you're doing. So now you feel what's going on. People say, I tried to do this didn't happen because of this. You understand? It's like, okay, that I was there for a minute. I know what you're going through. Let's work it out. Whatever you need me in, boom. You know what I mean? But now I'm in the inside looking in my city, and I'm like, okay. It's the problem is you can't depend on the city. You got to depend on your emotion and what you're doing. I mean, a lot of people want to depend on the city, want to depend on the people, and a lot of people. I said this last year, for the wrap up, that a lot of people gonna throw in the towel as an artist, and that happened. You don't see a lot of people doing creating music. You don't see a lot of people making production. You don't see a lot of people doing more videos. You know what I mean? Besides the people that's in media, all our media partnerships and our media peers is doing content all the time. Sneak vibing and you and you know what I mean. A couple of podcasts out there, Hollywood podcasts. You know what I mean. It brings a lot of content. You know what I mean. We stay creating. We stay building the brand and figuring it out, even though it's in the city. You know what I'm saying? We the only one. Not a lot of artists is throwing in the towel. You know what I mean? And a lot of Yeah, and a lot of people that's on a different scale is not really coming back here to do anything because there's nothing you can benefit off of. There's nobody coming together. These young folks not coming together for the city, especially the east side. The east side is never going to be built to where it need to be on opportunity for you artists and designers and you creators and all that to really elevate because nobody's coming together what's going on in the inner city for the people. That's the issue. That's the problem.
How can we support? Hey, Divine. Hey, Clarity. Hey, selling what? What is the first rule to supporting, bro? Because we are going into 2025 with a new mindset, and I am so proud of what we've all been able to accomplish. For those who continue to stick it out, knowing that it's not easy, it is hard. Sometimes we get bumps and bruises in this thing. One of the reasons I'm so proud of my bro is because I seen that this year did not give him, man, this has been a crazy year, but I've seen my bro accomplish in less than 6 months, y'all. And I'm bragging because I've seen you do it. Think something that people that have been here for years have not been able to accomplish. He came home, was living with your dad. I'm gonna put it out there.
Yep.
Bro
Yep.
said, "Bump this. This not gonna work. We gonna have to make it do what it do." And I'm married. I can't sleep on my dad's couch per se. I got to get a home. What did he do? Got a home. Got his brand. Come on now. Can we talk?
Yeah.
Got a home. Got his brand up and
Yeah.
running
And, and,
very
and,
very
and,
quickly.
and the mental health was crazy, and we had to
Brag
work
on it,
with
bro.
that. We had to educate on what's going on as far as the medical field. We had to educate what's going on in the work field. We got to worry about what's going on in the market field. That market field in Buffalo is still nice that nobody's really tapping in, and I done gave the sauce of that plenty of times. Um, it's just now I'm seeing what's going on. And then when I found out that McDonald's shut down on Belly and Delavan, I think that's the ice on the cake. Give us an idea that listen, there's nothing to bring to the table because nobody's coming together. Everybody's on their wave. Cool, do your thing. But if you're not going to use this digital world to build what you got going on, then what are you here for? Get out the
Yeah.
way. Let somebody else take that data space and elevate. You know what I mean? It's more than just the music. It's more than just the design. It's more than just the editing. It's more than just the creators. It's more than just that beat that you're hearing that's so nice that we love. You know what I'm saying? It's more than just that. More than just that DJ blending and mixing. You know what I mean? And as far as the DJ market, man, Larry Loud is tapped into that so heavy. Like
Yeah,
all you
yeah.
upcoming DJs need to go ahead and go under him. Ask him to be a mentor because he is definitely bringing the DJ game to the level we've been missing for years. He's bringing it back from the '90s when
Mhm.
DJs was breaking records and stuff like that. Shout out to Ed, his brother too, man. Ed and WBOK. He's even giving y'all the sauce, like what you can do to actually do what it do. CJ Banks, man, come on, man. Like these the people who is bringing something to the table that can help a situation. But what are you going to do as an
Yeah.
artist, as a podcaster, as a DJ, as a fashion designer, as a video choreographer? I mean, can I keep going? Like, what are you
Yeah,
going to do?
it's time now. I think that, and this is a year in review. We are wrapping up everything based on our experiences, and I feel that based on our experiences alone, we bring a lot to the table.
Yes.
And what we see is the transition. You talked about the DSPs, and now what happened, a lot of people are realizing that just being on those DSPs is not going to make you money. What's going to make you money is you branding yourself. You
Mhm.
branding yourself.
Yes.
It's a different time, and there's money to be made out here for everybody. Um, those McDonald's, that one that you're talking about on the east side, I believe what's being done is being remodeled, and it's going to have robots in there like kiosks. There's not going to be a lot of people in there working. Those are jobs that are gone. What's going to happen now if you don't have those jobs?
Mm-hmm.
You got
Yeah.
man, it's the time is
Yeah.
now, and you have CJ Banks and Chucky Campbell and
Mm-hmm.
what Ed Nice. I hear more independent music on the radio now than
Mm-hmm.
ever. So these resources are out there, but are we using them? That's my question. Are we using them? I don't think we are.
Are you using them, or are you finding out how using them to how to capitalize off it? That's the
Mm,
problem. Anything that I do, I figure out a plan. How can I capitalize off something? You know what I mean? That's why, like me, like bars is definitely behind the scenes working. He is definitely. I'm not gonna spill the sauce what he got going on, but what he finna do, he finna break down things that people have been trying to do in Buffalo for years, and he's definitely showing up and showing out on that. I can't wait to launch everything new for 2025. What he got going on, being part of the company, and and
big
people
shout
gonna
out
look back.
Bars Banger.
Yeah, and people gonna be looking back, asking, how do bars do we do? How do Joker come back home and just launch his brand and even go better than he was when I wasn't here?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's all about this here, the platforms, the people, knowing your audience, knowing your customer base, knowing your lane. You know what I mean? You don't have to be on a mainstream level anymore. That's the problem. People want to get to that mainstream level. You don't have to be there.
Mm.
You don't have to look that place that way. You can have your own lane and be successful in your own way. Yeah.
Speaking of that, let's bring up our guest today. I'm so happy that she is here. I have been waiting. That this conversation that we are about to have was supposed to happen just like this because it was supposed to have happened a while ago. But everybody, we are all out here lifing y'all, and that's what I love about us. The three of us is that we keep it real. We do not try and listen. It is what it is. We are who we are, and a lot of people don't like that. And I saw this queen out. I first met her at the Butcher Fest, and I was so wild. I'm like, she is up here like a queen, just handling her business, just got the crowd, just handling the crowd, just handling it. And I
Mhm.
always like strong women. I gravitate towards strong women. It's not an intimidation, it's an inspiration. And sometimes when you are a strong woman or a strong person in your own light, a lot of people don't like that, y'all. But I love that she stand in her light, and I love that she is a mentor in my head, and I learned a lot from her. Both of y'all, and I love that I got y'all both on here today. So come on, Miss the Teleah, on up to the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, how do we do this?
Can you hear me?
No, we got you. We got it.
Are you
We
able to
just
see me?
working this out.
Go ahead.
Hi, guys.
Yay.
Good morning, Buffalo. What's going on? What's going on, Vet? It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for allowing me on your show. Joker,
Yes.
it's very much overdue. I'm so happy to see both you guys. I like to introduce everyone to Kylie. This is the real one, cousin.
Look at
Yeah.
you.
The queen. The queen
Welcome to the
T.
show.
What's
Come
going
on
on?
now.
We're live. What's going
Yes.
on,
Oh,
guys?
Man,
girl.
hanging in there, queen.
I love that you are here with us, and I love that Kylie is joined because I got Sweet Tea, as I'm sure, in the back, and Big Girl is always up under me. She always got to make her interest.
Yeah.
She's the loud one, Kylie.
Yeah, Kylie listen, she loves animals. She loves other animals. She loves to watch them. Not other monkeys. I don't know why, but she loves to watch them. She loves
Yeah.
to interact with them. Yeah,
And
she's a
find
very,
out,
very
yeah,
animal
shit.
friendly
And
lady.
find out Callie a monkey hater.
To be a monkey hater is crazy, but I'm so grateful that you guys brought me on. And I think that a lot of things that you guys talk about are really, really important. And I think that a lot of these narratives and these concepts need to be pushed a lot more, and they need to be brought to the light. There needs to be more than one voice, amplifying these concepts and these realities, honestly. So I'm grateful to be able to have a conversation with you guys. As you know, what Frank, a OG in the game, and we got Vet. She's kind of a newcomer to media, and I'm
Yes, and
kind of
y'all
like a
listen.
little
I'm
bit in
learning a lot from y'all. I really am, and I love that Kylie is with us because we keep it real with the animals around here. Our animals. Listen, for those of you who do not understand the fur animals, they are family.
That's right.
Definitely, Definitely.
They
That's
are
the closest
family.
thing I ever had to a kid. She's not a morning monkey though, guys. She made got a nice special appearance for everyone, but she is not a morning monkey. She hates it.
Aw,
So she's going
Yeah.
to sleep.
aw. See, I was talking to Teleah earlier about the Pampers because now my Pano is in Pampers, and
Okay.
listen, I'm going to get her some Huggies. Yeah, because those little Pampers that they're like $22, and you get 20 in a pack, and you can get a whole case. Listen,
Diapers cost a little money. Diapers cost a little money. Every time she wears 2 at a time. So just for, because diapers aren't supposed to have holes in them, but you got to poke the hole in them. So we want to make sure we're not having no monkey accidents. That's what you don't want.
Right.
So, yeah, the diaper thing is a very expensive feat. It's a very expensive feat for us all.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
love.
it's something crazy. I never bought diapers before. This is the first one. I don't have any children. So I'm buying that like, oh my God, this is how much it costs for you to shit. This is crazy.
Ooh,
Right.
Imagine what the moms are going through now with the humans. Oh my goodness.
Yep. That part. My kids is older. I'm thank God that my kids is grown. They got the grandbabies. They handle that. You know what I'm saying? I fill my grandbabies up with sugar and get right back to them.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Oh, you ain't no good. You ain't no good at all.
Yeah. That's what Papa do. You know what I'm saying? They love Papa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they gonna pop up on your ass. You keep doing shit like that.
Yeah, you know.
I wish if my mother is watching, we don't know if Karen's watching. I wish you would. You better not even think about it.
And you have some beautiful nieces. Oh my God.
I love them. I was just gonna say something to them. Listen, my mother got my nieces trained, but they have, good parents. They have good, healthier. The parents have healthier habits. So my nieces are very, very healthy kids. They are kind of weird. They will eat whole peppers. They like
good.
Yeah, they eat fruits and vegetables for real. Like kind of strangely, oddly. So they love olives. That's their thing. My mom, my nieces call my mom Waka.
Okay.
Do they really?
Yes. Like Waka. They Waka. They like to eat some fruits and vegetables. So there's a lot of fruits and vegetables going on around, here. Yeah, all she eats peppers. So
listen, I'm not a Gigi yet.
Such a crazy experience. Like just raising and being accountable for younger people. We think about these things. I'm only 32, so I'm older, but I'm not that much older. So, just kind of coming into that real adulthood and having to care and keep other living things alive that belong to God is definitely a very, look at her, y'all. I'm gonna put her in my lap.
It gives you a different perspective, doesn't it?
Definitely. She is tired. Look, your clothes is too big for you.
Oh.
I'm trying to be famous. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, she's a.
You know what? Listen, everybody is not here to be a human parent. Some people are here to just love on something else. And
no, I like sex. I want some human kids.
You know what? I love you.
I want to have a lot of fun making them. Don't trick me up. Absolutely.
Yeah, I know that's right. That's what we here. We here to create.
Like as a I want y'all to see her outfit. She looks so cute. She fought the shit out of me to put this on. Come here. Look, Zay, I'm cute.
Ooh, with your Burberry on. Okay, I see you out here.
You want to play now?
In these streets?
You lit. She likes to bite her clothes. When y'all be seeing me in the videos playing, whether she really biting her clothes, really not.
It gives you a different perspective though when you can love on something more than yourself, doesn't it?
It's very it's a different. I can't get my good angle. Save my life on here. It's a very different experience. I've always been like super, self. It's lead the courts along. Monkeys are mischievous. Just heads up, guys. Heads up. But so yeah, it's very it is different trying to keep something else alive. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. So before I had spent some time, I have a younger cousin, he's 1 year old. I didn't know that boys were like little baby boys were suicidal and didn't have any concept of neck bone, stuff like that.
Oh, you mean
these motherfuckers think they're invincible. They don't care about a collarbone. I didn't know that. I didn't know. So I'm thinking, emotional, financial. I'm not thinking about like you got to physically understand that, anatomy of something else that's not you. And that is a new concept to me, y'all. So shout out to all the parents. Shout out to all the
boy moms.
This is shout out to all the moms for keeping us, not forget all the emotional, the rest of that. Thank you for keeping us alive. Thank you for figuring out science enough that we didn't burn, in chemicals or fire. Thank you. It's harder than you think. If you don't listen, if you're not a pet parent or a real parent, like it's a lot harder than you think. It's a lot of science involved, and you would never know until you get there.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
That part right there.
And Rachel said, I know that's right. That's it. Grandparents' rights as well. And yes, we do. They are. So Teleah, you are being a little bit humble. One of the reasons why I asked you on here is because you bring a lot of experience to what it is that I am working in this entertainment industry, on top of just being a girl boss, because you are a boss in your own right. Talk about what has looked like for you and what you've seen change over the course of, let's say, 5 years, both of you, from, COVID shut everything down, to now you see things opened up and where the trajectory of the business is going.
So a lot of people, well, true fans, people that really know me, they know that I've been in the entertainment industry, not as media, this entire time, but I've been in the industry since I was a teenager. I actually was a recording artist. And I moved back from being a recording artist in my early 20s. That didn't last very long. And I really just went into business. So when I launched, I'm coming up on my 5th year mark. When I launched, it was extremely unexpected. It wasn't anything planned out. It was honestly completely opposite of what any logical business owner would do or pursue. It was a lot of emotion behind it, but I was able to thrive based on the demand. What I can say is that, as far as that region, the Buffalo region, that market has always been a small market. It's always been a very inopportunistic market. That doesn't change. There's not a lot of industries there that are thriving, and a lot of these industries, support the entertainment industry. So the venue business is not thriving. The restaurant businesses are not thriving. The creative businesses are not thriving. Theater business is shaky, or it caters to one crowd. So there's not enough of a market in Buffalo for anything amazing, to happen without true policy change. Like it's not about, I don't want anybody to think like, oh, it's because people don't get together. Like it has nothing to do with that. You have
Because
to.
I thought, just to pause for a minute, because coming into this newly, that's what I thought. I was like, okay, well, what goes on? And then I'm learning there's a lot going on here, but it's yeah, it can be a little bit one-sided, like you said.
Definitely.
And yeah, but there's stuff going on. But what policy needs to change? Because there's a lot that can be going on, even more so. And it drives me crazy because we don't want to work together to make it change. But what do we need to do to make these things change?
The policies that I'm referring to are financial. They don't have anything to do with, anything else, honestly. New York State is a very hard state for business, period. Anybody in business would tell you they would never choose New York State unless they really had the market. Like they have domination and control. They saw the opportunity, because it's not fair. Like, you see what I'm saying? So when I say policy, I'm talking about administrative, how that money is flushed down and who the money is flushed down to, because there's not enough industry independently. Like Atlanta, there's I can name 12 industries right now that are booming, multi-billion trillion dollar industries, right? So there's companies that are, they're benefiting from that. They have the trickle down. They have money to pursue different feats and help different causes, where Georgia doesn't have to depend on the state. See what I'm saying? They have companies that are thriving. So we have companies that are thriving in Buffalo, but Roswell, like, what are we talking about? Like, who can really? So we're looking for, who do you think is able to pump this money down? It has to be people who already have money. Like, if it's not going to be a company or a government agency, it has to be a person. And no one in Buffalo, right, has that type of money to throw away to a market that's so unstable. So it's like that in a lot of different, it's not just entertainment, it's restaurant business, like I said, it's photography, it's videography, it's all of that. And if you're like at the top of the top of the top of the top of the top, you have to be able to play with politicians. Then you'll get those good contracts. You'll be able to, work with state officials. You'll be able to, but that's really where the money is in Buffalo. As far as the entertainment industry, a lot of people don't understand where the entertainment industry even came from. They have no understanding of it. They just like to be entertained. So it's going to be very hard to explain in a very short amount of time the trajectory of the entertainment industry because they don't know where it starts.
That was a whole bar. Y'all missed that. I caught that bar.
Yeah,
I caught that bar.
Yeah, so that's just the reality. In order to understand where things are going, you got to know where they came from. So I'm not going to wait. It would take us hours to, go over that. But as far as entertainment will never go anywhere. It's never going to go anywhere, especially live entertainment, because it's an emotional thing. And I don't care what digital things are, coming from an engineer myself. That's how I'm able to have the, platform that I have. It's never going to change. In-person entertainment will always thrive. It's just about what you really truly want to be. People don't understand the nature of an entertainer. You're an entertainer. You're here to entertain. You're not royalty.
It was even in the Bible. Entertainers.
See, that's the thing. Let's talk about this again. So the royalty entertainment was there to, European, because this is, this country was built by rebellious Europeans and slaves, the people they stole, us. But the rebellious Europeans, they had to entertain their monarchs. So, the concept of celebrities and all the rest of that, you are someone to entertain the royalty, which would be the politicians and everything else. So people need to understand that, right? So, and understand the origins of these things to really understand where they're going. What part of the game do you really think you're going to play? What part of the game do you really think you're playing? I think that's where a lot of people go wrong. And it doesn't have anything to do with there's no unity because this person is a fucking janitor and they think they're a captain with the education of a janitor. And you're not going to tell them anything and they'll kill you. Maybe not physically. It's the truth.
That's a great segue to what's been going on in this industry lately. It's so funny because one of the first things that's still up here is Bishop T.D. Jakes. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up to that. What was your thoughts on this entire? First off, I'm just going to let it be known that Bishop, for me, is somebody I looked up to as a dad and still look up to him as a dad. Like I go to Bishop when I need motivation. One of the best sermons he did for me, really moved me. And now his name is linked to all of this mess with Diddy and Jay-Z. And it's like, is this what
didn't they teach you to stay out your daddy's business?
Ooh.
Yeah.
And moving on.
Can we separate the man from the persona? Is that something that America or the world is ready for?
That's what I feel like they aren't. And that's what, what? I've seen where some of the best preachers are the ones who deal with the most. And it's like, you have to realize that they've painted this picture that you have to be perfect to achieve something. But the truth of the matter is that the people at the top are just as flawed as we are. If we show more of that, then we won't have so much hurt because people are out here hurt and thinking
at the same time, you have to set standards. You have to set standards. If you allow people to just do whatever the fuck they want to do, whoever the fuck you slap a sticker on them and call them a leader, then where the fuck are we going? Truthfully. The blind leading the blind.
Yep. Me and Queen T had these conversations, working together
all the time.
We had different, conversations in different levels and different perspectives and different levels. It's like it gotta make sense. It gotta make sense. Like, and then she put, and then on top of it, she put me on game with a lot of things that was connected to the knowledge I have, but it just put an extra sauce on top of everything for me to even move forward or what I'm doing right now.
I'm grateful that I could have some type of impact. That shit means so. I've been through hell and back. I really have, and I really.
You just had to find your tribe.
Listen. God is a funny God, ain't he?
Humorous.
God is your tribe, and the moment you decide to value something over him is when he will snatch it right away from you. So I'm grateful. anybody and anything that God has given to me, whether it be a person, place, or a thing. We may or may not be entitled to forever with these things, but indeed they all belong to God, and so I treat them like they do. And so I'm a little careful in what I do in business. And I'm ridiculed. I wouldn't say ridiculed. I'm criticized a lot for moves I make and moves I make and moves I don't make. I'm not always saying I'm always perfect, or I've always made grander, great decisions, but we still always have to lead with God. But touching back on the TD Jakes, ain't nobody perfect. Okay. In Islam, there's no such thing as a perfect Muslim, so we can kill that, right? Kill the idea of it. I want to push the idea for all of us, right? That we should be forgiving. We should learn how to forgive, first of all, ourselves, second of all, our past, our mistakes, right? And once you know how to redeem yourself, you can definitely redeem a person. Some people don't have no desire to change. So I guess if you want to judge or take an opinion about TD Jakes, start whether it doesn't matter if he did it or not. If he did do something, does he want to change? People make mistakes. People make mistakes. People live lives that we don't necessarily want. A lot of people are in this entertainment industry not for the right reasons, and that's what causes all these conversations. But once you figure that out, right, because that's a journey within itself, then what do you do? That's where we should measure people at. What do they do after the mistake?
It seemed like for so long, because this picture was painted that everybody was perfect, that people go into this business with, this false reality. And then you get there and you realize that it's just as ugly down there as it is up there, and vice versa. Like people are going to be who they are, period. They're going to be who they are, and like you said, it's really up to them to want to change, and two, to say, you know what, I know I'm a butthole, but I'm going to try my best to not push as much of my hate rhetoric out there. That's my thing.
Gotta remember that the media, right, and this is the conversation we was having off the record earlier, the media is driven by sales and marketing, right? No one's going to push, probably including me, something that doesn't sell. It's not reality. So whatever you see, whatever you see this look I gave y'all, you want to know why I look like this? Because I knew it would interest y'all. I knew it would sell. You want to know why I brought the monkey on? Because it's kind of hard to avoid her. But you want to know why I got her dressed like this? So y'all could talk about it? Because y'all would talk about it. You know why I'm on this interview? Or why I'm here to co-host? Because it's going to sell. I clearly have something to tell y'all. Why else would I agree to it?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Why do you think they had me on? For their numbers. Like it is. So anything that you see is sellable. It doesn't mean it's the right answer. It doesn't mean it's the wrong answer. It means it made someone money somewhere. So it shouldn't be taken to heart so much. Like, you see what I'm saying? I think that people really have lost sense of consciousness, but at the same time, wasn't that really the goal of this new media? To take consciousness away from people?
And that's that is an understatement, it seems like. And that seems to be marketing 101 right there, because that's what is to numb people to what's really going on. So what's really going on is the question.
If that was the case, I was explaining this to one of my clients. I said, listen, the government created radio, government controls radio. Radio is used to this very moment, right? Airwaves is a great method of communication. They didn't need to go any further than that. Truth be told, cable and everything else has nothing to do with anything outside of sales. It's not about communication or being able to view and experience. You can't experience TV. You can't. You can experience real life. You can't experience TV. There's something behind it. People got to think about that. Why are these certain people? Then you start to figure out who's who and why. Because it won't make sense.
What do you see changing, bro?
And as far as the industry, I always tell people all the time is like, do your research before you jump into something. I know a lot of people want to do this podcast thing. I know a lot of people that want to be a producer and all these things because they can do it. But okay, you can do it, and it sounds good. Now, what are you going to do to tap into that marketplace to to make this thing work. That means you got to do a lot of research. You got to be a student. You know what I mean? And people are just not trying to learn. And it's a lot of these things is not free. And that's
Nothing is
nothing. That's a
free.
budget. That's a budget behind learning. You know how many marketing classes in lecture classes and stuff that I've paid to just to get my
Still
knowledge up.
paying to do.
Yeah, I got. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, this. I did not do this. I did not get this information for free. You know, for me to move how I'm moving. You know, coming back to Buffalo and still blossoming. People wonder how he selling his merch or how he doing this. I mean, this not happened overnight. This is actually a 10 to 12 year stretch of me getting
Yeah.
wisdom and being a student and humbling myself and learning how to shut the hell up and listen.
Ooh.
I think that's probably all of our biggest lesson. And it's crazy that you said that because this year,
Yeah.
I do want to be honest. What have I learned the most and what would I advise my colleagues or anything? Shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Shut up.
My lesson too.
Yeah.
Shut up.
It hit us
Shut
all
the
at the
fuck up.
same time. I'm gonna see if I can find that one piece where that statement hit us all at the same time because I felt that punch. You have to,
Mhm.
especially in this.
Yeah.
Especially in this.
And when I shut the hell up, I learned so much. I soaked everything like a sponge.
Like a little sponge. You're like, damn, I should have did this shit a couple years ago. Like,
Yeah. You know, every time me and T have out one-on-one meetings, you know, when I was one of her clients in her company, you know what I mean? I had to shut the hell up.
And
I had
but
to
you know what?
listen.
Let me tell you something. I trusted Frank,
listen.
right? We got into a contract to do some business. Unfortunately, me and Beck was talking about it earlier. The venture ended up failing. We'll say it. Well, our vision of it, we'll say, not the entire venture,
Yeah.
but our vision of it ended up failing. But I brought him on for a specific reason, right? We had amazing, great conversations, and so the venture failed, but we gained an amazing rapport. You see what I'm saying? I have nothing but amazing things to say. Universal call me right now and say, "What was your experience with Frank?" You'll be a goddamn fool. You see what I'm saying? And that shit, because he shut the hell up, right? Right? I promise you, I would recommend him for anything. I would give him any job that I had a budget for that he was qualified for without fucking thinking about it. You see what I'm saying? And I had to learn how to shut the hell up, right? To be able to give him some type of direction, right? I had to learn that from somebody else. I'm probably still at the highest career point in my life. And when I reached this point, you know what I had to do immediately? I didn't know. Shut the fuck up.
Because you have
I've
to
been
learn.
quiet
You
for months.
learn. Go ahead, bro.
Can I say this too? Also, this too for all you artists, not just my city, everybody. Okay, I'm talking to all the people that want to get into this business. Sometimes when you hear she say stuff, and you're not really going down that rabbit hole about a certain person, go down that rabbit hole before you make a decision. Because you're cutting your blessings off by hearing something that somebody else told you, 4 or 5 people that might be haters.
Oh.
That you done messed up your opportunity to know what's going on with a Vet Green, a Joker, Teleah, anybody else that can be Larry Loud. I can keep going. You know, I can drop names
The
all
evening rush.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a lot of people I don't like. It's people that don't like me.
Yeah.
They still recommend me for business, and I still recommend them for business. I got current paying clients right now who was recommended to me by somebody that can't fucking stand me. And you know what she said? It was a woman. She said, "I can't stand that bitch, but she the best in the business."
See?
I respect people like that.
You got to learn how to separate that.
If you're the best in your game,
Separate the two.
I'll tell the world.
People mess their blessings up. I know so many people that could be at a level right now that they've never been before if they could just separate those things. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. No, I'm going to say it. That's the problem with Buffalo. That's the number one problem with Buffalo. That's why nobody can't elevate to a level you've never been before.
Buffalo is a gatekeeper city. It's bigger than us. It's bigger than us, right? It's a gatekeeper city because the gatekeepers have gatekeepers. And that's what they don't understand. you don't just pop up and start working with Terry Pagula. Okay, it don't work like that. I'm sorry to tell you something. All right, it's a process. It's a fucking process, and you're gonna have to eliminate some things to get around these people. You not liking people, or you want to be in the entertainment industry? Figure it out. Go get you a therapist, or get the fuck out the way. We all don't like each other.
You got to go through levels to work with you.
It don't work like that.
You know what I'm saying? You got to go through levels to work with that green. You got to go through levels to work with me. It's like, that's just the way it is.
Stop taking it and making it personal. Stop trying to make friends. When the last time, this is a fucking job. When the last time you went to work like, I'm going to go to a girl's trip with my coworkers. But y'all don't even want to be social media friends. So why the fuck do you do it with a fellow artist?
I think that this year, between these last 18 months, if I can sum it up, these last 18 months, I have learned so much. And I had this conversation. We had this conversation earlier. I was like, God, if you are preparing me for what's next, I thank you, because now I realize that, people can be so ugly. And it's because, listen, I am not going to hate on your greatness. There is nothing I can hate on. Because why? Because why? Right? Winter. I've seen Winter. I talk so highly of Winter Peace because I've seen Winter Peace transition from this to like she out here making waves.
Transition. But you know what? Everybody from like a higher level perspective, fuck artists. Everybody that watched Winter, all my media friends and everybody else, we seen it in her. We this is what's wrong with her. This what's wrong with her. That's what's wrong. She get rid of those little 3 things. That bitch is fire, and she has the potential. She got the courage. She got the courage to really blow. And I bet you she'll really blow. Politics is everybody. Nobody.
2025.
Yeah, nobody skips politics. Anybody that's getting into this should expect to run into that. Like the who's who and who's cool with who and all the rest of that, and this motherfucker run this and own that, and you gonna run into that. I don't care who you are. But I like to see. I really have enjoyed Winter's transition. I've enjoyed experiencing her and watching her as an artist grow. I'm really eager to see what she can do for Buffalo. I'm very eager to see what she could do. But I want to let all artists know this is not something. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Ain't no reason for nobody to be spinning their wheel. There are thousands of successful artists, and if you're not one, it's because you're not following the protocol. If you're not following the protocol, and maybe you don't like the protocol, and that's okay too, then you're just gonna have to get out the way. You're not gonna recreate the entertainment industry. We're all gonna tell you that. I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen. You're not recreating. So
what can people be doing better? Because there's people that's going to be watching this replay.
Educate yourself. You're never going to beat anything or overcome anything that you don't know and don't understand. So if you want to be a videographer, take your ass to school. Pay one of these videographers to teach you something. That's it. Stop calling people and asking for favors, because we don't got not one for you. And if we give you a favor, trust me, you owe us a favor, and you damn sure don't want to. And I'm telling you this from the horse's mouth. You owe me a favor, don't worry. I'm waiting on your ass, and I'm going to need you for something real big too. And what can you say? Because I did you right.
It's about collaboration too.
That's right.
I think people need
collaborators need to be on the same level. Let me give you an example. All right.
Yes. Go ahead. Speak.
Kim Kardashian just partnered with Dolce & Gabbana and North Face. Kim Kardashian, the lawyer, just redid Santa Baby. Who the fuck can get that licensing from Eartha Kitt? Is you crazy? Right. So I just want to let y'all know that a lesser brand, they not getting Kim Kardashian, and that is just the truth of the matter. It doesn't matter your budget, so your budget does matter, but who you are and how you operate, you feel what I'm saying? People collaborate all the time, like super celebrities, they don't get paid to do the Super Bowl. They don't need the fucking money. Like, you see what I'm saying? Rihanna in the Super Bowl. You feel what I'm saying? Don't interchange these things. You're not Rihanna. This is not the fucking Super Bowl. Keep things in proportion and keep things in perspective, and always and learn to work toward your goal. Learn.
So some of the comments says education is power. That's what Winter Peace said, and Shiva Lottie said heavy on the collaboration.
Why do you know some people Shiva? I'm sorry to cut you off, but I gotta do this. Listen,
go ahead.
Shiva was my motherfucker from day one when I say She definitely has always been a huge supporter of my company. Whatever the fuck I came up with, she supported. Now I think she got a little upset with me during this little week. We collaborated, right, and we did some shit, and I think she got a little upset with me. Actually, she was really very upset with me. But I want to take this time. I'm so sorry I got hair in my mouth. I want to take this time to give a big shout out and so much love to Shebo wherever she's at in her career. She's one person I don't judge, and I'm very judgmental when it comes to the artist because what y'all don't know is she's an amazing fucking mother. She is.
Oh, I see. I know Sheila. See, that's why I love Sheila Lottie. I know this. I know the
beautiful
queen.
Household, and she'll tell you in a second. I don't give a fuck. I love everything, and I got hurt for it, but my responsibility is my child. She's an amazing mother. She's not one of them people making it up. I don't think she even talks about her family on Facebook because there's nothing to talk about. And I want to let y'all know. I think one of the biggest things I think I want to end the year with and tell everybody is I have awards. I got mad shit. I have accomplishments out the ass. But if your household and your personal life, you feel what I'm saying, is not as rewarding than the shit you chasing, you're losing. You don't sacrifice your personal life, who you are, for some material shit. That's why these motherfuckers is killing themselves and all that. But if you be an artist like Shebo, right, that put that household first, right, dream on their chest, dream on their heart, right, and give as much love and give as much as you can to both, they'll always be rewarded. You'll never stop growing. I love that, and I love Shebo Lottie.
I listen. I stayed at an event because she was performing. The event was kind of boring, but I knew she was going to be performing, and I stayed at an event. Me and this other producer that I was with, just to see her. So it's because I know her story for real, for real. I'm always going to be proud of where she is, where she got herself. Because listen.
When the reason why that she mean a little bit more and that story means a little bit more, right? Is because I am perpetually surrounded by people who, including myself, I've been guilty of this, do sacrifice themselves. They sacrifice their family, they sacrifice their mental health, they sacrifice their physical health, they sacrifice everything to be able to say, I did this or I got that. And then be sitting there devastated. Don't be in no type of, you not loved by nobody. You did all this for what? Shebo gonna go get that Lambo. You feel what I'm saying? And look what mom did. Not saying nobody else is doing that, but I'm just saying a person, I've never seen one bit of sacrifice toward her household for this career. Right? You see what I'm saying?
And she can, because she got the potential, man.
She definitely could. She definitely could. You see
there's so many. That's the other thing that hurts me about the moms.
Cling to them.
There's so many moms out there. Kenyatta Davis. Listen, Kenyatta Davis, amazing voice. I look at Winter Peace. She's another mom. And it's like, I get it. Because coming from the mom standpoint, it's like, man, I couldn't live out this dream of being Vet Green because I had to sacrifice. And I'm good with the sacrifice because I know God is going to, listen, God got this. He said, you go on and raise them kids so they can be productive human beings. That's all I ask of you. Let them be productive human beings, and then the rest is on me. You know what I mean? So that was my priority. Now I can live this dream out. But there's other people who I feel are just lazy with it and just want it to happen without the work.
I appreciate what you said, Vet, and I want to give you a special shout out too, especially from the younger. You know how they like to divide us. I appreciate that you are older and your children are raised and you've done your job and you look damn motherfucking good and you got the energy of a 20-year-old and you here and you want to shine and you pursuing it, because young girls like us, you know, I wonder about that. Like, damn, when I get to that age, am I still gonna have the energy and the, you know, the thrive to be Teleah the child, or is life gonna wear me out? The kids gonna wear me out? Like, I do wonder what my future looks like. So thank you for being such a good representation.
No, you know what it is? It's the flip side. Either you, like I always wanted my kids young. I always wanted my kids young for whatever reason, because I knew that I had to. I don't know. I just always wanted my kids young, so I was okay being a teenage mom. But on the flip side, imagine you being a mom with all the experience that you are going to bring that child. So some of us are put here to do what we did, what I did, and then there's those of you who are supposed to raise different type of kids. Like I look at my nephew and how he's raising my little nephew and the life he's able to live and the experience that he has, and even financially, like it was a struggle, Hunty. What, raising 6 kids? Listen, we did what we had to do, and I bet you them kids ate. Okay, okay. Now your children are going to know a different kind of struggle. They're not going to know the same kind of struggle. So, honey, listen, in due time, and God is amazing like that. Listen, I look at y'all kids, and you are going to be a fantabulous mom, and you're going to be able to teach your mom, your child to be a boss and not a worker.
That's right.
That's a
right.
huge,
Oh, absolutely not. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not.
huge difference.
But I'm gonna be
Bro,
honest
okay.
with you. I do want to I don't want to take credit for that at all because both of my parents are workers, right? But they don't really come from that, which is kind of the topsy turvy. Like my mother, all her sisters are stay-at-home wives. Like and her mother was a stay-at-home wife. I think she had a little job here and there. And then my paternal grandmother, she was a stay-at-home wife. She did after her divorce because she was now responsible for a mortgage and 4 kids. She did get a job at a factory, but she ultimately injured herself. And then she was a lady of leisure. And even I think a few of my cousins, I come from marriage, so a lot of women are homemakers. There's a few of us in my generation, more of us work. I think I might have to. No, my cousin Dakota, he's a mechanic, so I think he just takes I think he's been taking contracts, and he lives in a town. My mother's family. They live in a very small town, and they pretty much know everybody. Everybody knows anybody. It's that type of thing. But I come from business owners. My mother's father was a business owner. I come from business owners, so
So you saw it.
Yeah, I've seen it. Like it was never. But everybody works really, 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 really hard. Like I don't really come from lazy people, whether they're criminals or people in the courts or just a mom or I am not related.
You laugh, but you have to see it. It's funny because one of my biggest inspirations, listen, I'm just gonna put it out there, was my Uncle Fats. And it's not because this man is who he is, who he was. His name rang bells in different areas, but it was his drive to just have more that inspired me to want more. Because it was like, oh, Uncle Fats achieved that. Oh, I know what he did to achieve that, but just him having the drive to want more inspired me. So sometimes you got to take the inspiration out of it. Don't look at the act. You got to take the inspiration out of it. You know what I mean? So I get it. I get it.
I'll give y'all some kids. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I want kids until in my late 30s. Like I don't
experience
want to experience. Yeah, I don't want to experience. I want to experience motherhood at a certain level, and I want to be able to, really give my children like something of value, and I want to be a person of value, and I don't just mean that financially. Like I want to be able to really, really, I want it all for real. And I believe I can have it. And I think that I think we hinder ourselves by by putting so many stipulations on ourselves. If you don't do this at this, then you're not this. Like, who the fuck said that? Like, we be in here like we're terrible enemies to ourselves. Like, and I've done that, like, because I always want to be the best and this and the other. And I just don't allow. There's been times I didn't allow for natural processes to happen. So I don't want to rush any process of me being a great adult first, and a great woman, and a great wife, and a great daughter, and a great monkey mom, and a great. I want to be great to everybody before I decide, oh, I'm going to be amazing to a child. Because if you don't even know how to be a friend, how the fuck are you going to be a parent? Like,
right.
And
if you don't know how to love yourself, you will.
Right.
It's going to be hard trying to love that
you
child.
Can't love nobody.
You need love.
Like, if you don't know how to take care of yourself, if you think taking care of yourself is working yourself like a dog, like, and how are you going to take care of hard to keep these things alive.
Yeah.
Just telling you. So the thing about a monkey, monkeys are really emotional. Like they're not dogs where they just can't understand. They understand your tone. She can feel when I'm upset. Like, you see what I'm saying? I can't hide that. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do that to a child. Like, I'm not saying I don't
No,
think
you are so
we'll see
on
what God
point.
has to say. But that's
You'll see what you are so on point with that. And that's so interesting that you said that. And big shout out to everybody in the chat. I see y'all out there. This was just such a great conversation. I didn't want to veer off. Big shout out to Winter Peace, Shibo, Lottie, Green Links Media, babe. I see you
I'm
out
gonna get
there.
back to them in the
Rachel, I see you out there. Big shout out to everybody out there. It's so interesting because now with my kids older, and I was a teenage mom, I get to see it from a different lens, and I see the effects of me not being okay. Pano, all right, baby. I know.
See what I'm saying? Other things have feelings, like they do.
I get to see it. I get to see it on from a different lens, and it's like, man, based on because I was immature on a lot of different levels. It affected my kids. It's so important, y'all, to really do develop yourself. Like if you are not okay, nothing around you is going to be okay, and that's the key to me not being. That's the one thing that I feel that I lacked as a parent, because I didn't know, because I wasn't okay, that my kids wasn't okay. It's like, as long as I'm working myself like a dog, giving them everything that they want. And it was 6 of them. And now when I tell you, these kids did not lack for anything, but we thought, okay, baby, we thought if we gave. All right. Oh, the big one is out in the. She doesn't know what's going on. She know her cousin is out in the room barking. All right, come here, baby. Come here. And she's blind. Come here, baby.
Yes. That's a hard. That's a hard.
A blind dog is crazy.
Is
you aware?
Yeah.
She like, there's something going on. She out there barking, and I don't know why my cousin out there barking. And somebody could be breaking in, Grammy. Get off that podcast. Somebody could be breaking in. I know, baby. Yeah, but it's if you can't love yourself, you will find yourself by yourself. You will sure find yourself by yourself, because you can be toxic, man. You'd be amazed how toxic you can be.
That's a fact. Yeah, that's why I stay in tune with my mental, and I stay aware. And my wife is the same way. We know where we at in our mental. We work on that first. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to go ahead and bring that energy into the podcast, to a room, none of that. So that's very important. That's very important.
I care about who I am to other people, right? Everybody belongs to God. You're going to answer for that. You cannot. Don't let nothing fool you, and don't trick yourself out your spot. Right? God give you a little power, give you a little responsibility, give you a little popularity, fame, and you're really a gross ass person. Like, oh, you're gonna pay for that one way or another. You're gonna pay for it. I just don't want to. You see,
don't let nobody trick you out your spot.
Yeah.
So many of us get tricked out of our spot because we listen to the rhetoric that other people think of us, not about what the Most High God believes us, already knows us to be. Don't get tricked out of your spot. I'm taking that. Listen, I love the gems I'll be grabbing. Okay.
Yeah, me too. Because especially when all my mentors jump on me at the same time. That's when I know that, okay, it's time to take these notes and make it do it. And that's why it's good to have a mentor. It's very good to have a mentor to keep you in line on your work, on your mental health, even on your personal side. You need that, that mentor, that person, to be like, okay, all right now, Frank, all right now, so I ain't gonna say Joker today. Frank, you tripping today. What's wrong? You know what I mean? It's time to tighten up a little bit. You know what I mean? So we all need these type of things in our life while we're growing and figure out what we want to do and how we want to do it. And like I say, keep being a student. Keep being a student.
Mm-hmm. For real, for real.
Nothing being a student.
Yes.
It's really not. I love this. I think I was thinking about the intention of this episode and upcoming episodes of the Vet Green Show and everything that's going to be over on Green Links Media. And it's like, man, the intention is just to teach, because there's so much that you can learn from people. Just because the person does not look like you does not mean that person can't teach you something. Just because that person is older than you or younger than you does not mean that that person can't teach you something. We can learn from each other. And man, it's like no more divide. No more divide. Let's learn from each other. Let's don't expect more out of one person. You know what I mean? Don't
That
expect
ain't gonna happen, girl.
something from somebody that you not willing to do for yourself, because that's another thing that I learned. Listen, too many people want something for free. And
Man.
you can't give it away for free. You just cannot. People won't appreciate it if you give it away for free.
This young brother that be on TikTok, man. I forgot the brother name, man. I follow him, and he always bringing up different content on stuff like that. And he said in one of his content, he said that when you got something that you teaching something, and your price is that price, you know what I'm saying? That person will go somewhere else and get that same information and pay more.
That's
make
why
it
I'm the
make
person
sense.
that charge more. So
Yeah, they go to the person trying to. She said, don't cut yourself short on what you got going on, because they're go somewhere else to get that same information, and they're gonna pay double the price.
yeah,
Uh,
me.
and yeah, this is that's why with my merch, people criticize me, especially Buffalo people. They criticize, yo, that's too much for a hoodie, but it ain't made for you then.
Hmm.
Is it worth the quality? Well, is it good quality?
Oh man, come on, man, it's good quality. I'm wearing one right now. Vet Green wearing one. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Does it fade?
I think that's why they shut my
Don't
live
say.
down on TikTok
Oh,
again.
it does. It has a little care tag that tells you exactly how to take care of it, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
look
just
how well it's
quality
packaged and the
stuff.
dust, so that we know that it's not any dust that attached itself when it was fresh off the press, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, it sounds like you're paying for some quality.
yeah, yeah,
Oh.
good stuff. And my
All you gotta
brand is
do is pay
solid.
for quality. You're gonna
Yeah,
get what you pay for. So
yeah,
some people, you know,
mhm. And my brand is solid. You know what I'm saying? And I stand on that. You know what I mean? And that's I've learned that from you, Teleah. You stand on things like this. My stuff is this, that, the third. It is what it is. You can't tell me different. And I'm the same way.
I don't give
And
a shit.
that's right.
Damn.
That's right.
It wasn't
And
meant to be.
then
And you know what?
right.
People walk away respecting the fuck out of me. I don't care if they
Yep.
don't like me or not. They respect me. And I really mean what I say. And then if and when I finally do work with them, they have a nice little trust in their heart for me that I am
Mhm,
not going to fail our mission, because I
mhm,
mean what I say and I say what I mean. And
yeah.
no, unless you're ready to really negotiate, and we can do some negotiations, we can negotiate. Um,
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't. I wouldn't recommend anybody do that, but I can guarantee my price. I can
Yes.
guarantee my quality. I can
Yes. Yes.
guarantee my work, and I
Mm-hmm.
will allow you and give you all legal rights to sue me, and I will comply and pay you if I do you wrong.
That's it.
Did you have to get in order to establish your price? Did you have to get to a point where you believed in your worth? Did you have to get to a point where you were like,
Let
I
me tell you
know
what I was
what I
thinking.
bring
Let me
to
tell
the
you something.
table?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a
Mm-hmm.
real story.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that Ken Journey was here. Tag everybody. So when I first launched, I told you it was an accident. It was not anything I logically did, right? So, but I got all these people to join me. Rima Reem, the comedian, a bunch of people, like right. And it was supposed to be an online show. Like this is before the concept of podcast was a thing. So it was just going to be a virtual talent show, really. And Hezi from BSF was one of the judges.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Hezi, I've been knowing him for a long time. I worked at King City. So I loved what he was doing. He was doing something I wanted to do. He's the one that had the show, and I loved it. And I watched it. I worked at King City. I watched it. We were watching. I had my cousin watching it every morning. And so I turned around, and I didn't mean to do Saturday Night Buffalo, but I knew that that concept was something. So I brought him in, right? And the technical was a complete failure, right? It gained a lot of demand because of the people that was involved. Benny popped up, I had Rick Hyde, endorsing it. So it was like it was good. It was a good opportunity. But then I wanted to do it in person, right? Yeah, I swear to God, this is a real story. You'll never believe the girl that was on TV, the girl that did Teleah. So let me tell you something. And this is why I stand on what I say and I mean it. So I'm sorry, I couldn't tell what she was playing. So, yeah, the monkey in the background in the serious conversation is fucking hilarious. I'm just gonna leave it. Like, okay, anyway. So I did it in person, and I called a guy, a rapper that I knew, and all the venues were legally shut down, but I wanted to do it, right? And because it was a technical fail, I'm like, no, do it in person. Yeah, I booked what I thought was an after-hour spot. It was not. It was a weed house.
Mm.
We had Eller, because that's where it was at. Lit. It gave a very dangerous feeling, but thank God we were all there for the right reasons, and it was me and everything. The whole block was lit. It was so dangerous. It was amazing to see what we could do and how excited people were. And as he actually came, like, we didn't expect him to come. He came, it was so lit, and he was like, "This is the most dangerous shit I've ever seen in my life. What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, it was I guess a success in his own little way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got a call later on the night from Ezzy, and he like, "Listen, Teleah, I cannot do this." Like, the team thinks it's a terrible look for me. It's a terrible look for us. You have to go get a real budget and go do something different because this is not it. And, guys, my whole setup. Sorry.
He dropped the jaw.
I dropped the fuck out, y'all.
What is something you had said earlier about I Want It All. Amber Simone, she has this song that I've been listening to so heavy called
Sorry for the tech problems.
No, you're fine. Listen, I'm used to it. That this is how I've been doing this for a very long time. I can go flow right through it. You just keep on talking, everybody. Number one in podcasting.
Yes,
continue to talk, even with the technical difficulties. Keep on talking.
I spent a good while getting on. I wish Ken Journey could see this. He know I take the time. Like, is this good? Ken Journey, is it gonna fucking fall? Like, are we gonna kill all of us?
Shout out to Ken Journey. It's my brother.
Shout out to Ken Journey. Listen,
Ken Journey, I think, is the bomb. I love how he's been very transparent about his own journey through sobriety and whatever else. And I love also how he keeps it real with the things that he go through as far as being a videographer here in the Buffalo area, because it's difficult to be a creative here. I notice it's very, very difficult to be a creative here because a lot of times you don't have people who are willing to be supportive. And I notice it's not even their own fault. It's like, if you can't support your own craft, you can't be supportive of other people. That's my thought. And it's just like, if you can't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. It's the same thing.
The people that are popular in Buffalo been popular in Buffalo. It's not about what y'all don't know. Ken Journey is Benny's cousin. Ken Journey been in the game for David 20. He's been in the game for a very, very long time. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people like me, like, I worked at King City. Like, we did not just pop up out of anywhere. It's not about loving yourself, loving each other. No one cares. If you are a fucking lawyer, you're gonna meet mad other lawyers, and when the big lawyer thing come up, you're gonna be mentioned because this is really your field. Ken Journey been in the field for a long time. Ken Journey, listen, Ken Journey ain't had no stable fucking job. Like, I mean, he was a truck driver for a little bit and all the rest of that. Ken Journey been making his own money for a long time.
What do you think some people view as success then?
I couldn't tell you. I have nothing to do with that. That's an individual evaluation. And some people don't even believe in God. Like, girl, I don't know. But you
Mm.
should, when you deal with people, you should
Uh-huh.
ask that question, like, what do you deem as success? Like, what do you think is successful? Like, what's successful to you? And that's how you'll find yourself easily. Yo, but anybody that wants to be somebody in any industry, go to fucking school, bro. Like Ken Journey went to
Mhm.
ITT Tech. Like, you see what I'm saying? I went to ITT Tech. I went
I
to.
look at see, I look
We all of us
success
like
to
went
me
to college. Like,
is a
Mhm.
mindset though. See, that's that is the
Mhm.
thing that I love about when you start to look at things from a different lens. So to me, people instantly probably, as soon as I said the word success, they thought of every mainstream artist or every mainstream videographer.
Mhm.
Success to me is somebody who is putting their story out there, like willingly, and showing the growth. Like this is where I was, and you can actively no, they you can measure where you were, at A and where you are now. Like that's what I look at as success. So
you know what
when you
God said?
say
God said, "What is it to gain the world and you've lost your soul?" That's what He said. That's
that's
that.
why you
I'm gonna
develop
stay around
yourself,
that area.
honey.
Mhm.
That's why you develop. But I think that Ken Journey is one of the most successful out there because I love how he shows
Then
his
Journey is
truth
going
out
to
there.
open a college, and
Mhm.
hopefully, I get to pay for it.
Yeah, I think he's
He is
he's
a
pretty
teacher,
dope.
a
He's
real teacher. He is a gift, a truly
Mhm.
a gift to Buffalo. But
That's
he's been
why
Mhm.
in
I
the game
follow
for
him.
so many
I don't
Mhm.
years.
normally follow people that's
Mhm.
BSing out here.
Eh,
I
eh,
think that if we start to look at the stuff that we've been fed, bro, and I feel like over this last year that Cat Williams opened up the door to Pandora's box, and it's like this sucker just has not closed yet.
Tell the truth.
What I've learned over this last year, and I think we may have had this conversation earlier also, Teleah, is that even at the top, you learn that people are going to be flawed. And
Mhm.
if we can learn from the examples that we've seen out there, even from all the stuff that's in the headlines with Jay-Z, Beyonce, Diddy, just the stuff being in the headlines just tells me, okay, everybody has their heyday. Everybody has their time. And everybody, because you have to sacrifice something. And with that sacrifice comes the opposite. Like you're going to have upward mobility, but you're also going to have some downtimes. That's what I get out of this year, everybody,
Mhm.
is
Mhm.
that it does not
Mhm.
matter how high you go, you're going to
Mhm.
have some downtime. So that's what
That's
I'm getting from
normal.
this year. So it tells me, okay, God, what I'm going through now really is preparing me for my next, because
Mhm.
even at this level that I'm at, you know, I see the stuff that the people who, people, like I said, whatever you look at as successful, even the ones that people look at as successful are going through the very same problems. So the other thing that I learned, because this is the year in wrap up, just to wrap it up, is that it does not matter how much money a person has. The person is going to be themselves. Like
Mhm.
you can give. So if a person is a monster already, the money is just going to
A
make them
five-headed monster.
exactly. You know what I mean? So I'm not. So I choose, and I told myself this last night. I choose to, instead of look at this year, the AI and everything, because I'm summing everything up as I'm looking at this year and everything that unfolded. Instead of looking at this year like, oh my God, I'm scared to go into my next 2020, my next year, because this world is about to come to an end. Revelations is here. Instead of doing that, I'm going to be like, you know what? This is what I learned. I know not to do this. I know not to deal with this. I know, you know what I mean? That's
Mhm.
how I choose to wrap up this year.
Mhm.
Diddy, Jay-Z, Beyonce, they have achieved so much success, and that's what comes with the success, vet. You're going to have
Mhm.
people who are going to hate on you, but you're also going to dance with the devil at times, period.
Mhm.
Yes, you are.
Mhm.
I would like to wrap up my year with a major announcement. You know me, I gotta be. I love God. You know I love him good. Y'all know me. I love some business. I'm gonna do some business. I'm gonna stand on everything I say. But I do like to have and give a little bit of a thrill. I've been known to give a little bit of a thrill and give y'all something to talk about. Now, I couldn't be me if I couldn't give y'all something to talk about. So I want to share this with you guys. I think you're gonna love this, Joker. I would like to, if you don't know, unfortunately, Milk Rich is a businessman and a Buffalo native. Actually, he is an artist. A lot of people didn't know that. He has a lot of business in the entertainment business, and unfortunately, he is currently federally detained. But he is my newest client of Saturday Night Buffalo, and you guys can expect a interview, maybe a live interview from me and Milk Rich, who is federally detained, live from the Niagara County Correctional Facility. And I will make an announcement of when that interview will be. It's probably going to be the 30th. And you guys can expect a new single that will be available on YouTube, pending a campaign for an EP that he has. So this is very interesting, and we're looking to make a very, very big statement to the industry, from the industry, right? And for the future, right? The narrative that it needs to be pushed a little bit more. We talked about it so much today in so many ways, right? It's cool to want to be somebody, right? You should want to be somebody, but in order to really be somebody, you have to really be somebody, right? That requires work, right? So to be rich, right? You may be rich from many different things. You don't pick where you get rich from. Like, you can, but you get rich by pursuing things and investing in things and doing things that make you rich, right? These are things that we need to know. Don't neglect your dreams. You are who you are. God made who you are for a reason. But God made you who you are for a reason. And I promise you, it's not just to be an entertainer, right? Look at who you really are, right? And give that part of you just as much energy as you give the part of you that pushes for the material. That it's that person that's going to get you there, right? Open your horizons. Go really be rich, right? Go really like earn money like a rich person, and go see what rich people besides these artists, who you think makes them rich. Go look at them people. That's what and think about the real world of business. This is a business. Business is limitless. Our next sitting president is a convicted felon, right? So that's not a new president, right? Right? So most of the problems that we had is because we have these jail problems, right? Oh, I'm a convicted felon. I have a felony. Oh, I went to jail. Oh, I was hindered. Well, you could clearly run the country into that, as long as you got some money. Money first. You cannot do this poor. This is not for the poor. You cannot be. Don't try this if you're poor. But if you're not, don't say I didn't tell you something. So you can expect from me and Saturday Night Buffalo a lot more business interests. You're going to see a lot more international and national projects, feats, contracts, partnerships. I really want success. I don't need another dick suck, right? I have plenty of those. I've had plenty of those for a long time. I don't want that for you, Vet. I want to be able to really give you something. Like, you see what I'm saying? There are people that really work really hard and they really deserve so much. Like, they are really amazing people like y'all. That's why I did the interview with y'all, and I wanted to make this announcement with y'all, because we truly, like, this is how the country, this is how the world, this is how shit is ran, by people who have common interests and good hearts. It has to go together. Or common interests and bad hearts. But good and bad hearts don't go together.
Amen to that.
That's right. That's right.
What you get to sum it up with, bro? What's your year end sum up? again, I'm proud of what you've been able to accomplish in such a short time, and that's a success story, because I know I just coming back is just weird, coming back home and just seeing how people move and just seeing where people at, and it's like, man, you in the same place you were, and it's only because of you, of how you are moving. That's the only reason you're in the same place you are. And you
Mm-hmm.
want to hate because I just want more. Like, I don't want to live like that. So because I
Right.
don't want to live like that, you want to hate on me.
That's right.
But you took it, and you, I say, you are making people eat their words, and people may be like, well, what did he do? Well, what do you mean, what did he do? He came home with intention, and you set some goals for yourself, with a family, and you accomplish those goals. Like, success is not always monetary, and I want to just bring it back to what Big Mike has said. Your success is not monetary or material gain. It is self-worth. 100% of what we are, self-worth, emulate of what we do. I think it's a success story, because we have people right now who, just let their circumstances dictate, Richmond don't enter the gates. Yeah, just let their circumstances dictate their future. And I see, just based on your drive, that you aren't doing that. So based on everything that you've experienced this year and everything that we've been talking about, how do you sum up this year?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep doing what I'm doing. It wasn't easy, man. It was this is one of my toughest challenges in my life since I've, you know, being part of my career, not just being an artist, but a creator. It's like this has been a mega challenge for me, and I stay focused through the warfare. You know more than anything. Vet Green, of what I've been through, because I done made me and the wife made plenty of trips, to your
This
space.
man.
Yeah, and it helped a lot. And then the knowledge, though, the knowledge is the thing that kept me going. Now, and I'm going to say this not because Queen T is on today on our show. People don't know that Teleah is Queen T. I always call her Queen T. That's my nickname for Queen T. And even when I was in Pittsburgh near the end before I moved back to Buffalo, like she really put a spark in me on a lot of things that she already know I've been doing, but she just went ahead and put another log in there and let that flame in me just pause to flame up and keep going, and that helped out a lot when I came back home to Buffalo, and me seeing a lot of the people here what they're doing inside and out, and learning not to do those same mistakes. And
Mhm.
I'm already was ahead of the game of what I was doing. It's just I had to do certain things for me that work for me. I wasn't trying to satisfy anybody but me and what I wanted to do. And that was the victory to what I'm doing now. And for now, the new year coming, I'm gonna give y'all a basic plan. As I talked about it. I believe like in the middle of the summer. I talked to you about it, Vet, and also I think I talked to Leah too. Then I'm bringing back the newsletter. So it's like since I don't know if y'all heard about MTV and BET and VH1 destroyed their data. You can't get the old interviews of Biggie, Pac, and all that on MTV. They destroyed all that stuff,
Mm.
and there every only member we have is magazines and newsletters. So I'm gonna bring it back because now us as up and coming business owners, as of ourselves, we need that type of information and data to on the physical side to where we could have these things to teach others and to keep everything going. And so I would like to bring that back for the up and coming artists and businesses and stuff like that. And also with the influence packages I was talking about also, to keep them things, stuff like that. Keep your brand solid and to the right hands of the right people. So that's what I want to do for 2025.
Mhm.
We love that.
And Listen, 2025, let's go. That's all I'm going to say. It's time to go. Get off your butt. It's time to go. Have a wonderful, 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 wonderful on purpose, y'all, because you can, and God gave you another day. Listen,
Yes.
it's up to you what you do with that day. Don't waste it. We hope you enjoyed the show. This is a Green Links Media production, and we thank you for watching. We are here every Monday through Friday beginning at 9 a.m. So make sure you subscribe and hit that bell while you're at it. Love you long live.